Inventory is up, homes are selling faster, buyers are buying more homes, and yet the typical home price barely moved. So what's actually happening in Williamson County, Tennessee? Well, the June numbers have just come out and they're telling a very interesting story. Hi, I'm Dane Sacree with Keller Williams Realty here in Middle Tennessee. Every month I go over the Williamson County numbers so that you as a buyer and a seller know what you're getting yourself into and can plan and be strategic according to the market. Today we're going to look at the difference between May and June so that you know what's happening, what's going in the market, so that you can prepare for July and make smarter decisions. So inventory keeps growing. We did see a decline in new inventory. So we had new listings decrease from 680 to 665, but our active inventory increased from 1,386 to 1,477. Fewer homes came into the market, increase in active inventory, suggesting buyers get more options, but there doesn't seem to be this overflow of new options coming out. Rather, inventory is gradually building. For sellers, it seems that buyers actually became more active. The number of closings increased from 437 to 462, and the average days on market decreased from 29 to 27. It suggests that more homes are being purchased successfully, homes are selling slightly faster, and it's an encouraging sign because it looks like demand remained healthy based on these numbers. Now let's look at the average median sales prices, but don't let that average price fool you. The average sales price increased from 1.35 million to 1.43 million. However, our median sales price pretty much stayed the same at 1.1 million. It just suggests that in June some more higher end properties sold rather than this drastic change to the market in terms of the number of your sales price, suggesting that the typical home price for Williamson County home remained fairly stable. Fourth thing we noticed was that the market tightened slightly. We saw months of supply decrease from 4.02 to 3.93. And so what we found was even with an increase in active inventory, there was a decrease in months of supply available. And what that means is that if no new homes were added to the market, in 3.93 months, we would have no more homes to sell. With that active inventory increasing, we're still seeing this demand from buyers that is reducing that supply. And it's leaning or continuing to lead into this slightly balanced market, maybe it's slightly leaning towards sellers market, where the market is not really favoring buyers or sellers, but rather being balanced and fair to both parties. So what does this mean for you as a buyer? More homes to choose from, less pressure than in previous years, especially in the COVID years. Good homes are still selling relatively quickly, or at least they seem to be. And there are opportunities, but you need to be a prepared buyer to make sure that you can take advantage of those. For sellers, buyers are still active in the market. Pricing correctly matters. Presentation and marketing your home helps to make it stand out. Slightly more in competition means that buyers have more options. So you need to make your home stand out in comparison to it. So the final wrap up, June showed us that inventory continued to grow, buyers became more active, homes sold slightly faster, the typical home price remained fairly stable, and Williamson County is showing a balanced market for both buyers and sellers. If you would like to know what these numbers mean for you and your neighborhood, please reach out. I'd love to connect. I'd love to specify this to you, to your home. If you have a listing that you're thinking of putting up, I can make sure that we run the numbers to see what your home looks like in your area. For everyone else, please like, subscribe, follow along. I'll see you next time.